Hello, guys. I am Shane Davis, 20-year comic book veteran, doing a short video today about comics. Again, I know I love them. I know you guys used to love them. I don't know if you guys in the comment section, tell me the last time you went to the comic book shop excited to buy more than one copy of a comic. And that's kind of a trick question because probably you've been, you'll throw some bait out there. You'll go for that one specific comic. And again, we've all been patiently awaiting Pride Month and what Marvel Comics is going to do for Pride Month. Look at this solicit. Take pride in Marvel Comics. Full solicits for June 2025. And you're like, okay, what do we got here? And I scroll down and Marvel voices Pride. Now, I've covered this every year for the most part. And it's interesting to look at these covers because it's I think for one issue. We got just a million covers that you can pick from. They're all equally gay. I don't think one's more gay than another one. Maybe this one where we have all the gay characters punching Red Skull. I don't know. That might be the ultimate gay cover right there. I guess. I don't even know what this cover is supposed to be saying. That I guess heterosexual people are Hydra, aka Yahtzees. I don't know. This is a really weird cover. And famously, SJWs like to say, Jack Kirby would say punch a Nazi or whatever. Captain America punched a Nazi. I get it. Adolf Hitler. I get it. But wow. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Now, first, this took me by shock because Juggernaut's now gay. But guess what? It's not Juggernaut. It's Kid Juggernaut, but it's still whatever. That is that. So you scroll down. It's like, okay, well, what else has Marvel got going on? Godzilla. Godzilla, guys. Godzilla. Mixed with the MCU. That's kind of cool, right? But wait, we got Pride. Okay, so the point of this video, because I mean, look, we all know it's that month. We're going to celebrate people that want to stick their genitals in this or have same-sex relationships. Who gives a fuck? Can I honestly say that? Is that really important in the world of comics? No, it's not. Because the story's always the same. You need to accept me for this. You might as well have the vegans of the Marvel Universe month. You might as well have like the lactose intolerant characters of the MCU this month. I mean, it's just, I don't really care. I've never really been interested in the digestive tracts of the thing, I guess. I don't know. It's, it's just weird to me. It's weird to me. It's weird to me. And again, it's that time of the year, but this bothered me a lot. I'll be honest, because there's actually two books that were buried in this. And honestly, I didn't even know they were there until I was like, let me just see what else Marvel is publishing. And this project over here, Marvel Knights, The World to Come, drawn by Joe Quesada over here, should be a really big deal. Like, right? Like Joe Quesada drawing a new comic book, love him or hate him, he's still known as a really, I don't know, Marvel's version of Jim Lee, I guess you could say. The closest thing to a Jim Lee that Marvel could obtain. And there is this project coming out, which again, Joe Quesada, Jimmy Palmiotti built the imprint Marvel Knights. Now, that's something to be celebrated. That was a comeback for characters like Daredevil, Black Panther, Inhumans. Some of these properties actually have Disney Plus TV shows like that right now, or very popular movies like Black Panther. You would think this would be something that Marvel could advertise. But what I come to realize in looking at this, and with another project here, a Steve McNiven project, Daredevil, Cold Day in Hell, this again is a guy that would work on big hits like Civil War in the past that people were like, can't talk enough about. Old Man Logan, you're basically giving me what looks like Old Man Daredevil beat to shit. This should be the biggest news in comics right now, but it's not. It's in the shadow of Pride Month. And this is where I came to this conversation with my wife, Yanzi. I'm like, Marvel doesn't know how to advertise anything. We're watching Diamond go bankrupt, right? Like literally, Diamond are taking bids today, and silent auction, whatever the media is not in there to cover it. It's going into day 2. Why? And I've talked about it. The American comic book industry is bankrupt. basically because selling woke stuff. But yet, if you gave the American comic book industry a comic worth selling, right? Like this cool Daredevil project with McNiven and Charles Soule, or Joe Quesada on this Marvel Knights project. Marvel doesn't know how to advertise it. They don't know how to sell comics anymore. And you could make all the great comics in the world. You could have Frank Miller in his prime come back to work on Daredevil. But if Marvel does not know how to advertise it, sell it, or better yet, appreciate the word meritocracy, appreciate talent and actually push talent and advertise talent, you're not going to sell the book. It doesn't matter because virtue signaling for Pride Month is obviously more important. Now there are some other lukewarm comics in here. This is another great one I want to point at. These X-Men one shots where they try to make sure Miss Marvel. What if Miss Marvel had been there the entire time? What if a Muslim girl with big hands that nobody really wants to comic had always been there in all of X-Men's continuity? This has been advertised more than the two projects I've shown you that are coming out in the same month. Why? Because that is the cycle of comic book press right now. Not just press, but publishers. And I really want to make sure that sticks. A lot of the press in comics is paid to play. Okay. So, yes, Bleeding Cool maybe wants to talk about this or that, but do know that the companies are paying these sites some sort of money, either through advertising or just flat out money to talk about certain projects in interview. So, why do we keep pushing Miss Marvel? Why do we keep pushing Pride Month? Literally, it reported Diamond is owed $33 million. $33 million from comic shops. It's not comic book shops' fault that they can't sell Pride Month. It's not their fault that they qualify for variant covers of Alex Ross and stuff that they can sell, and they have to go butthole in debt, on books of Riri Williams or Woman Thor or Black Captain America to do it, to have one Alex Ross cover that they can sell. It's such a weird thing and a vicious cycle at the expense of these companies. And to pretend that this hasn't been like some 10-year virtue signal and forced diversity in characters and comics, story last, the customers last, the fandom lasts just for the sake of representation and still pining and pretending that there's some new customer under some stone that really likes Spider-Man, but the fact that Peter Parker is heterosexual keeps them from reading a Spider-Man comic. That is ridiculous. But that is the way the comics operate this way. I'm not even making this up. I looked at this whole solicit and there are some gems in here, some stuff. Hell, I even the Silver Surfer book, maybe Death of the Silver Surfer. Hey, I'm down. I'm looking at some of these things. Why aren't these things being promoted more? And especially, McNiven on this Daredevil project. I mean, Kevin Smith on Amazing Spider-Man, again, not really promoted that well. And what little promotion it's getting, guess what? Who's on the cover? Muslim Miss Marvel, because everybody needs this character because it's not redundant that you have Mr. Fantastic who can make giant fists and stretch, that we end up with a Muslim girl nobody likes who, guess what, makes a big fist. I mean, that's the world of comics we're living in, and it's kind of crazy, guys. I don't know. And again, you look across town. I have to say, DC Comics is doing a hell of a lot better right now. They're actually advertising, hyping up, which they would and they should, because Jeff Loeb's going to give them the sizzle, whether he lands it or not. He's still going to give you something to talk about, new characters and stuff. We got a character over here in Hush 2 called Silence. Now, again, I see the pun. Haha, he's silent. He's got something happening with his mouth here. He's not talking. He's brushing Joker's head or something like that. I don't know what he's doing. But you know what? That got me interested. At least they're kind of selling a concept of a book and advertising. Guess what? If you forgot, Hush 2 is coming around the corner, guys. And that's like one of the oldest marketing strategies is you have to tell people about your product, I don't know, a million times to get them to buy it. And At least DC Comics is spending the money on the book, they're putting the talent on the book, and they're actually like, "Hey, we need to keep reminding people, Hush 2, Hush 2, Hush 2. It's coming. Hush 2, Hush 2. Don't think about the other stuff. Think about Hush 2. Absolute Batman, sure, but we already got past that number 1. Hush 2 is what I need you to look at." Marvel is telling me to go look at Pride Month and forget these other books that you probably paid a lot of money for to I don't know, on an outs with Joe Quesada because every gay Marvel character. I mean, this drives me crazy. Punching, I guess, Hydra or Red Skull Nazi is very important. The power of all their fists together, we will punch heterosexual people. I guess, I don't know. But that even tops, and I'm a big Godzilla fan. I have no interest in seeing Godzilla fight the Avengers. I'll be honest. I love Godzilla, and I love Avengers, but I don't want to see these two properties cross. But this is a major player. This is a global property. Toho. They got Godzilla, right? From Toho. This isn't like Legendary's Godzilla. This is actual proper, I think, Godzilla from Toho. And it's up under Pride Month. That's how important Pride Month is and Marvel Voices. I mean, we literally have Iceman getting a piggyback ride from Hercules. If it's that, they could be doing something else. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't know about selling the comics. But the sad part is, to wind down the video, you could have the best comic Marvel has to sell this month. It won't matter. It'll be in the shadow of Pride Month. Because there you guys go. Why even release that stuff this month? Release it next month. Like, why bear? It's almost like they're purposely burying some of these comics. If you guys will hit like, subscribe, ring the bell for notification. Inglorious Rex, I will be taking this down next week. Not this coming Wednesday, the following Wednesday. So please make sure you have backed this campaign. If you want, you can buy Inglorious Rex 1 and 2 off our shop, 9livescomics.com. And it's a beautiful book by a beautiful man, our third volume. Over $250,000 raised in our third volume of this campaign. Going strong. Every punch counts. The fight keeps moving. I'll leave you guys with a trailer for our smash hit comic, and we will catch you guys again with another video.